Okay, so let's talk about what the fuck was it? Let's talk about social media. Yeah. The topic was social media. Before I do that, just let me just quickly doing this fucking this bottle of water. Let me just open it. Type shit. Now let me just take a sip. I drink my water in this shit. I think that it's very convenient. I just take it everywhere with me, even to the college and even to wherever I go. If you're one of my friends watching this from college, this is you know this. You already know what this shit is, right? Abi, So like I was saying, let's talk about social media. Yeah, social media was the topic. So look, bro, the title of this video, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title it, but it's gonna be something like social media makes you insecure or some shit like that. Why do I title it that? Because that's true. Social media does make you insecure. How does it make you insecure? Exactly. Like what the fuck? Like isn't social media something just fun? Just something we just like you're just trying to unwind after a long fucking day at work or some shit, and you just scroll on Instagram a little bit. What could be possibly so dangerous about that? Like there's not something dangerous. Like there's not something that's gonna kill you, obviously, but it does affect your mental health to a degree. Like you guys ever had those times where you were just like trying to DM somebody, maybe you're on Instagram or on Twitter? Does somebody really use Twitter to DM? I don't use that. I never use that shit. I think I DM'd this one dude on Twitter. I think he had like 5k, 6k followers. I think I remember a few years back I DM'd this guy, hi, what's good, and he didn't reply, and I did not fucking DM anybody on Twitter after that. That's how it went. But like I was saying, social media makes you insecure as fuck. Now, how exactly does it make you insecure? Because you see, social media is full of fucking highlights. The thing you're seeing on somebody else's story, thing you're seeing on this guy's story, you're seeing pictures of him hanging out with his friends. You're seeing pictures of that girl, I don't know, living her life in Dubai or some shit. Man, it's all highlights. It's all it's all fake. It's all. I mean, it's not fake, but like it's definitely altered to a degree. It's altered to make it look like it's it's a more it's amplified to look more appealing to you than it actually is. Like yes, you sure might see somebody hanging out, I don't know, hanging out with his boys, but you probably don't know that man probably fucking hates his life and he's just trying to show off because he's insecure. That could really I don't know how to speak, bro. That could realistically be a possibility, but you just don't know it because you're sitting behind a screen like a fucking retard, just thinking whatever comes to mind. So the first thing is, bro, you're not a genius. You're not a fucking Albert Einstein. You're not gonna be able to distinguish reality from from an image. If you see a person who let's say, I don't know, what's something that people commonly get jealous of. Let's see somebody is, I don't know, hanging out with a girl and he posts a picture of that. You're not a fucking scientist. You're not a fucking genius. You're not gonna be able to say that, oh nah, bro, I'm just gonna I'm just no, everybody to each their own. I'm on my own path. I'm just lone wolf type shit. I'm a sigma. Like that shit ain't gonna happen. If you see somebody that if you see some shit like that on social media, the instant thought that's gonna hit you is, damn, bro, I wish I could have that. And that's kind of natural. I guess that's what keeps us pushing. Like if I saw somebody doing good in their life and I was not doing good in my own life, it would kind of lit a fire in me to take my shit seriously and start to improve my life as well. So yeah, I don't think that emotion of trying to better yourself just because you saw somebody else better themselves is a bad thing. But I do think that if you're on social media all day, then and that's the only emotion you feel, you're just looking at what others are doing and you don't have anything going on with your own life, then that's kind of fucking stupid, and you need to get a life. Now, how does social media make you insecure exactly? Bro, come on, like, have you ever had those times like when you're DMing somebody, you're just trying to you're just trying to talk to somebody and they don't reply, so you fucking like, you ever had those times where you're like trying to DM a girl and she left you undelivered for like 10 minutes and you just start scrolling on Instagram and some shit like that? I know because I've been there, bro. It's a fucking down bad phase. Like, don't be one of those guys like that. Don't do that shit, bro. Because like, unless she's your wife, or I don't know, he is, or the person you're texting is your friends of 20 years, or it's your mother, or some, you know, some deep bond like that. If it's not something like that, don't get the fuck out of there. What the fuck are you doing there? Like, don't fucking waste your time like this scrolling on Instagram and shit like that, just trying to wait for something. And the thing is, when you start scrolling, you're not even gonna, you know, notice the difference in time. You're not even gonna notice that it's been 2 hours since you're scrolling. You're just gonna, you know, keep scrolling and fucking blowing your day off. And the next thing you know, bro, the day is over and you did not do anything except fucking scroll and maybe take a shit here and there. Damn, bro, I curse a lot. Am I gonna get, you know, am I gonna get yellow dollar signs? Because, come on. But I think that's just who I am. I just, you know, I like to curse a lot. Bencho, yeah, oh, I like to curse a lot. I think that's just, you know, it's just natural to me. You know, I don't consciously think of it. I just, you know, it just happens. Maybe I should stop cursing a lot before I get, you know, before I get those yellow dollar signs on my, you know, shit. So, like I was saying, what was I saying though? Yes, social media makes you insecure, bro. I just, you know, fucking, I just get, I just randomly start to fucking dabble on the topic. Man, what the fuck, bro? I just say random words, dabble on. What the fuck does that even mean? But hey, I'm not here to waste your time. I'm not here to fucking make jokes. I'm here to educate you on something that I know and I have experienced myself. Stop fucking using social media. Why should you stop using social media? Because I'm fucking telling you to. Because if you don't, you're gonna be you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna build insecurities. Like, majority of my insecurities, they come from social media. I used to, you know, I used to have this. I don't have any problem telling my personal stories, and I'll tell them to you if it helps you. I used to have this girl that I used to talk to, and sometimes I would just scroll on my Instagram and I would see her likes on some, you know, some post on my real page, and her likes would be. My throat gets dry as fuck real quick. Damn, bro. So, like I was saying, there used to be this girl that I was kind of attracted to her, and this was back when I was, you know, very young. I think I was like 15 years old during this time, and she was like, I don't know, she was also probably 15. Yeah, she was also 15, and I was also 15. So I was very young during this time, and I used to see her likes on these posts of, you know, buff dudes and shit like that. And I used to low-key subconsciously compare myself with them and be like, damn, bro, am I not good enough for that? Like, that's low-key how some of my insecurities around my body and shit formed. And if you're watching this so far, and you probably relate to that, like, you probably had those moments too, that where you can tell in real time that a social media post or something like that just planted an insecurity in you. So yeah, bro, if we did not have any social media, and then yes, we would be very happy. We would be actually very, you know, we wouldn't have, you know, it's like, is it really a coincidence that ever since, you know, social media came to being, and, you know, people started to scroll, and, you know, their Facebook and fucking Instagram and all these platforms came to, you know, life, and the depression rates and, you know, the rates among people and teenagers specifically have gone up. Like, is that really, you know, is that really a coincidence? I feel like the more social media we use, the more, you know, the more we implant beliefs in our head, the more we compare ourselves to others, the more, you know, the more we fuck up in general, the more we, you know, it's just, you know, it's not a very good thing. Like, back in the day, it wasn't like that. But I low-key feel like there is a advantage to this too. Like, if you see your teacher who's like 40, 50 years old, he's not gonna be, you know, as sophisticated as a person in their 20s might be. But I'm not attributing that to, you know, social media, and that he scrolled a lot, that's why he's so sophisticated and so, you know, so like so knowledgeable. But, like, you know, you get what I'm saying. The fact that we have progressed so far is probably one of like, how do I put this into words, bro? Yes, there is a bad, like, downside to this, that we people start to compare themselves to others. The people, you know, depression rates have gone up, all that shit. But there's also upside to this. Like, we can access any information we want. Like, you can literally just have a thought in your head. Okay, so what's the speed of sound? And you just type in that, and you just, you know, you get a whole paragraph on how what the speed of sound is, how we calculated it, how what were the experiments done. Back then when you had no social media, if you wanted to social media, and we hadn't evolved so far like 100-200 years ago. Back then, if you wanted to know what the speed of sound was, bro, you had to go to a fucking library and just look for all the books and open up the pages and ask somebody where the paragraph is. Like it's a good thing that we have information and access to the world and have social media to an extent. But there's also a downside to this. But I don't think I think that's just a natural consequence of just evolving evolving and just becoming just how do I say this? I think that all this thing is just a byproduct of us progressing. But yeah, of course there are downsides to this, and there are downsides to everything. Obviously, it's not going to be like everything is perfect. Of course, there are downsides, but like it's not like, how do I explain this, bro? I'm not saying that social media is a good thing, but I'm just saying that it can be a good thing. You can use social media to promote your content. You can use, like I'm using right now, YouTube to spread my message and help people out that may be insecure or have a social media addiction, or but this channel is mainly about emotional intelligence, so I'm using my platform to spread my my knowledge on my emotional intelligence and stuff like that. Like that's a really good use. 100 years ago you didn't have that. No, 50 years ago you didn't have that. Even 25 years ago you didn't have that. So that's a good thing. But like it's like I don't think social media was invented to help people progress and become better. I think that social media was invented to just to just make money off people who just don't have anything going on with their lives. Like that's what I think it is, and I think you should stay away from it. If you're not using social media to produce content or make money off of it, or just further your benefit, further your interest, then I don't think that there is any point on being social media. Like texting people, scrolling on reels and shit like that, I think that's just fucking stupid. Of course, social relations and online relations in particular are very important. Like I think that online relations are probably the most the best type of relations there are. And I know I would get framed a lot for this, for saying that online relations are XYZ, but I do think, like, let's say, because the otherwise the friends that you have are just friends with you because of your geography, because of your location. Like let's say you were you came back from school and you had, I don't know, you had a few friends here, you had friends that were inviting you to, I don't know, to fucking do drugs or some shit, some degenerate shit like that. Or you could watch this video right now with where I'm teaching you things about social media and how you should use it, or how what my thoughts on it are. Which one would be more objectively a better use of your time? Obviously watching this video. If you went with those friends, you're gonna do drugs, maybe you're gonna go to a party and catch an STD, like shit could go down. Watching this video is objectively a better decision, and this is online, so like yes, I think that online relations are better than geographical man, what am I saying? I think that online relations, I don't have the exact word for this. I feel like I've overworked myself a lot. Like I've been awake from like 6 a.m, bro. I'm like tired as fuck. I'll see you later, bro. Come on.